Hello everybody, welcome back, and I am TheChornick, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about Pokemon, Ash and his companions. Why do they always leave, and why does Ash always stay? We're going to delve right into this because it seems to be still a huge debate topic, and people firing at each other and yelling and screaming about why Misty or Serena or whoever is not in the anime, and why is Ash still in there, etc. So we're going to go through what I believe is the workings of the writers' minds and trying to solve this. Maybe this could kind of ease your guys' pains into why these certain characters aren't coming back, or why Ash is still there. So first thing we're going to talk about is Ash. Why is he still here? Why are the writers keeping him here? And this goes off from my last video. If you guys want to go check that one out, it shows why Ash is eternally 10. But they essentially have him eternally 10 and coming back here for every single season because of the game's storyline. They also believe that Ash and Pikachu are the sole reason why the anime has survived for so long. People love these characters, they can't get rid of them. If they do, the anime's dead to them, pretty much. So, they believe that they just cannot get rid of Ash and Pikachu. They have to hold them hostage here in this never-ending cycle of constantly losing Pokemon Leagues. If every game in the future has a Pokemon League, Ash will never win a league. If there is some possible potential chance that there is going to be a league in the next game or any other game in the future, Ash will never win a league. Because he has to constantly repeat a cycle of you're repeating the story, like pretty much representing the story in the anime. So from Kanto to Johto to Hoenn to Sinnoh to everything, from up to Kalos, he had to do all these gyms all over again because that's what was represented and shown in all those games. So it wouldn't make sense for him to win a league and then all of a sudden come back and go to the next region and have to fight all those gyms and battle the next league. He's already did that. It's a waste of his time. But so that's why he has to lose, so that he has a purpose and a reason to, going to the next region and fighting all these gyms and replaying and reshowing the games into the anime format that you see today. Okay. So that is just a never-ending cycle. He's never going to get out of it. The writers won't get rid of him. They won't replace him because they believe that he is the core. He's essential. So they won't replace him and have some other character do the main story. Ash has to do it. And so that's the reason why Ash is eternally 10 and why Ash will never be replaced and why he will just constantly lose leagues. Forever and ever, amen. He will always lose. As long as there's another league in a future, potentially in a future game, he will always lose. Always. So if the next game, if he loses in Alola, he's gonna fight in another. There's gonna be a league in the next game, pretty much. But as for the companions, why did they leave? Well, they join them first off because, just like real life, people come into your life and then people go, right? So say high school, you have a best friend for 4 years, but then they go off to one college and you go off to the other, right? And then your kind of paths, disperse. And that's just how life is, and that's kind of how Pokemon's writers are thinking about it. And they're just like, you know what? Every series needs to have something unique. They need to have new faces. It resembles that people have different paths and different goals. And although Dawn, May, Misty, Serena, Mallow may have all had some part of their lives that related to Ash's, and which is why they're together at that point in time, there's also going to be some event that's going to push them apart, or their goals are going to separate them and drive them elsewhere. Misty was the first companion, right? She joined Ash and followed him because of her bicycle. And once she wanted to follow him to make sure he repaid her for the bicycle, but she ended up becoming friends with him anyway and kind of forgot about the bike. She eventually left okay, because she had to control her gym, she had to manage it. That was her goal, was to be a gym leader. Well, she can't journey with Ash if she's a gym leader. She has to go back. I mean, yeah, she trained with him, and she coached him, and she kind of found herself. But she eventually had to go back because her sisters couldn't do it. So, unless Ash is in Kanto, which he will never be, because he has to always be in the next game and represent that story, Misty is forever gone. And I made this whole video a long time ago about why Misty will never return, is because she's stuck in Kanto. And the writers got rid of her in the first place because they were kind of thinking about, is Misty replaceable or is Team Rocket? Which one should we get rid of? And they ended up getting rid of Misty because, you could constantly change up a female's role and a female goal and, make a bunch of different females and have different storylines. But you can't do that really with a criminal. You can't have different storylines. It's kind of like they're always going to have to do a criminal act or criminal thing. And Team Rocket constantly went after Pikachu. So, okay, if we replace Team Rocket, is every single criminal gang going to always go after Pikachu? Because they are also going to have to cross paths with Ash multiple times. So, with that being said, it's just gonna be a repeated thing, and they can't have any more than Ash being repeated. So, Team Rocket, I mean, yeah, repeats. It's trying to going after Pikachu, but that's basically it. They're kind of stuck where Ash is, because what's the point in replacing Team Rocket if they're already loved? Why? Writers thought Ash couldn't be replaced because he was already loved. Their goals cannot be changed. The criminals' goals cannot be changed. They're always going to have to go after Pikachu or something of Ash's, right? So that's why the criminals, changing them doesn't make sense. Especially when you already have an existing criminal gang that is already loved and known. And that kind of goes with what Ash is doing. Ash cannot be changed. He cannot be replaced. And he will forever be 10, and he will never win a Pokemon League. Same thing with Team Rocket. They will never get Pikachu. They will never, they'll never, ever be replaced either. Because there's no point. There's nothing to change about a criminal. I mean, the criminal's a criminal, and that's their goal. Unless they decided to completely drop evil gangs from Pokemon, it's kind of, or they could drop Team Rocket, but I guess they need that kind of comedy, kind of side character. And they always need some conflict, when the need arises, where they just need it from somewhere, so they're going to take it from Team Rocket. But going back to the other companions, Serena joined Ash because, well, she saw him on the TV and she wanted to be with him. She didn't really have a goal at first, but she wanted to see him again, and she started traveling with him specifically because, she liked him. And that's pretty much the reason why she was journeying with him. But she eventually had to leave him because she found a goal. She found a reason to leave. But she told Ash that, she didn't tell him that she journeyed with him in the first place because she loved him. But she eventually said that, I want to see you again at the very end. My ultimate end goal is you. That's basically what Serena told Ash. And so, in the very end, she'll come back to him as a much more beautiful woman. Probably what she means by that is when she wins the Kalos performances and all that. When she officially, maybe when she's just older. So, she could potentially come back in the future, but if Ash never ages, and he's on this eternal cycle, then Serena might never ever come back then. Because we won't ever see a future Ash. Ash will never grow up. Unless this is some sort of movie where it's not canon and it's Ash when he's older, and then maybe Serena will be in it, because maybe that's possible. But right now, if you guys look from here on out, you should just expect for every single companion to eventually leave, and be replaced, because they need to have something fresh, something new every single series, something that makes Pokemon different every single season. So with that, they replaced Brock, they replaced Misty, and they've just repeated that cycle of replacing those companions. Because they need to have something new every single season, every single series, and every single companion technically could have a reason for why they leave. reason for why they joined him. If you look at every single one of them, they had a reason for why they joined Ash, but they also have a reason for why they eventually had to leave, with the overarching reason that the writers just need new faces. They need something new to work on, new material, and to keep the anime fresh. With the fact that, and make up for the fact that Team Rocket and Ash just won't be replaced. They're just forever stuck in that cycle. So with that being said, Mallow right now, has the cafeteria. She probably won't journey with Ash to the next region because, well, she has a cafeteria that she needs to take care of. Lana has some big, huge bubbles she needs to make and travel to the depths of the ocean. Ash can't really travel with her there. And that's Lana's goal, is to be able to travel around the ocean. And that's not what Ash is doing. Ash is going to accomplish whatever the main story is of the next game. So if Lily is not in that next game, for example, then she will still be here. Or if Milo or Lily are not in that next game, if they're not there, then they'll still, they'll leave Ash. Because Ash is always going to accomplish or go to the next region. So, with that being said, Lily could potentially go with him, but I think that she's going to end up just going to Kanto with Lusamine to heal him. To heal her at Bill's place, So she probably will travel with Ash back to Kanto, but then that's when she decides that she's going to have to stay there at Kanto to take care of her mother. If the anime shows the games in the exact same way, right? So with all this being said, I hope this kind of eases your minds about certain characters not returning and the reasons behind that, and why Ash will just never win a league. He will never be replaced. It's because he won't be replaced. He will never age. He will always lose a league. As long as we have leagues in the future, or just the fact that it's potential that any league could arise in the future, he will never be replaced, because that's the writers believe that he's essential for that. So he's eternally 10. He just repeats the cycle for the next generation. And that's all said and done. While all the other female companions and male companions can be replaced in their stories because of the fact that they need new material and they need something new, right? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Post in the comment section below your thoughts and feelings about it. I know this was kind of a long video, but felt like I really needed to describe and debate about this. There's probably some things I'm missing out here, but that's essentially it. And so, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to carry on anymore, but thanks for watching. I love you all. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace off. Thank you very much.